What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Techwood Solutions. Thank you guys again for joining us for another live stream. If you guys are catching us for one of the first times, I am going live and I do this every day, Monday through Friday. So if you guys would like to join us, be sure to click that subscribe button. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I have a group at Techwood Solutions. We have over 44,000 members worldwide. It's a free platform, and the link is in the description if you would like to be a part of it. So in these videos, I simply break down a series of stocks. It's 15 minutes before the market opens. I'm going to break down a series of stocks. And we simply talk about on how to identify potential, how to manage risk, stocks that I see value in. But we have 3 rules with Techwood Solutions. I want to make sure that you guys understand them. We don't trade stocks that we don't trade stocks based on other people's opinion. We only invest in what we understand, and we always have a plan when investing. So everyone's saying, "What's up right now? What's going on? What's going on?" So Braden is saying ALDX with a nice drop opening. I agree. So I'm simply going to be sharing my screen right now. So I'm using the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. If you guys don't know what this platform is, or you guys want to learn a little bit more about trading and the basics, I do want to guide you guys to my YouTube channel. I have a series of helpful videos, over 480 videos. So you guys are better off just using the YouTube search bar and putting my name. Making sure that I have a video that most likely answers your question. Feel free to check out yesterday's video, and as well as thank you guys for 52,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. You guys take up my morning. What's going on? Let's go ahead and get right to it again. These are just stocks that I see value in. In no way does this mean that these are the only stocks that you guys can trade, but it looks like we're doing pretty well. So I'm simply going to do a 10-day analysis, a 10-day breakdown on kind of like what I'm looking for. So for you guys overall, based on this 10-day analysis, let me do a 20-day analysis. Okay, that makes sense. So for this 10-day analysis, as you guys can see, it hasn't gone lower than $11, and it hasn't really gone any higher than $13.53, right? So we can identify, again, I'm just looking at the overall analysis. That is a resistance, and that is a support. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about support and resistance, support's usually where a stock bounces out, and a support is usually where a stock bounces at, and then a resistance is usually where a stock peaks out at. Why is that important? Well, you want to know, where's a good entry point and where's a good buy point. So what I like to do is I like to wait for the validation, so for the bounce, and then when it starts trending above the EMA, in the 20-day or 10-day analysis, then I have a better understanding that, okay, hey, look, it validated the support, it's heading back to the resistance. I have a good understanding right now. It is now below the EMA line. So the EMA line is this blue line. So if it continues this downward trend, then, we should be on track to see a bounce anywhere from, $11.50 to $11. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to put my alert when it goes below $12, and I'm also going to put my alert if all of a sudden it just pops up and sees a rise. This doesn't mean that all of a sudden it's just going to take a huge drop or anything like that. It's going to slowly make its way. It's going to take about 3 to 4 days for it to even hit 11 or 11.50 if it continues this downward trend and this overall trend that it's been seeing. As you guys can see, this is the inverse of DGAS, and I called out DGAS. I took a position on this one. We called out the support yesterday. We waited for the bounce, and if you guys didn't see potential in it, then you guys simply just didn't have to trade it. But it's as simple as that. It's a very common trend. This one has more of a support anywhere around from like $22 to $23. It did go a little bit further below, so I 100% understand that. We waited for the bounce. I got in first at $21.69, and then I got in again at $21.97, and then I ended up selling twice and locking in my profits. It would have not been a bad idea to hold, but it was all over the place, and I didn't like the trend that it was showing. It looks like it was peaking out more at like $22.50, and because of that, I locked in profits and I didn't want to hold. So it looks like those that held are up about 4%, but it is heading back down, and most likely we're going to see a bounce off this golden VWAP line. So that's what I'm going to wait for to identify a good buy. And if it continues this upward trend, again, this being the inverse. And again, today's Friday, so this might not be the best, right? You might not want to hold the stock, but basically, the support is here. The resistance is anywhere from $25 to $26, even highs of $27. So therefore, for like, if we do catch a bounce at about 22.60, then the potential for it to go to 25 is about 10% potential. I don't think it can do that within one day, but it has the potential to. So let's just continue going down the list if that's all right with you guys. A little bit too far back. This is AMD. AMD's been having a pretty consistent trend. Support at $12, resistance at 12.40. We called it out all day yesterday. If you guys didn't join us in the Discord group chat, again, the link is in the top pinned post of the Facebook group. So once you get accepted, it's the top pinned post of the Tech Solutions Facebook group, main group chat. You simply click on the link. And if you guys want to schedule the one-to-one video call with me, just click here. But all the links are in the top pinned post. All the rules are there. And again, if you got booted out automatically within the Discord group chat, you simply click there and you can rejoin. There's unfortunately a little glitch that some of our members, I think maybe a couple hundred, if not 1,000, got booted off accidentally. So I do want to let you know, you simply click on that link and you can be right back. I don't see much potential on AMD. It's still continuing its same trend of resistance at 12.40 and support. I think it needs to break a little bit below $12 before it even really pops right back up based on previous trends. So if you guys don't know what it is that I'm talking about, then I think you just need to study the trend a little bit more, and then you should have a pretty decent understanding. But yeah, support anywhere around from 12.10, wait for the validation, and then resistance anywhere around from 12.40. So JNUG, not really. Oh, okay, I'll talk about JNUG. I want to hear what you guys have to say real quick. You guys are definitely calling out more momentum stocks, so I appreciate that. Okay. All right, let me do this last one because this is the gold-based ETF. So JNUG was on a huge downward trend, and the reason why was JDST, the gold-based bear ETF, was heading up. So this one hit a resistance at about $26. So again, that's usually where it peaks out at. That's not even usually where it peaks out at. It usually peaks out at $20. So if I'm not mistaken, we can do a 20-day analysis, and even a 180-day analysis. Usually it has a trend, and we've called this one out multiple times. So usually it has a trend that it bounces anywhere around from $16 and it hits highs of 20 at most. As you guys can see right here, right? It peaks out there. All the news with, again, this is a gold-based ETF, so this is a bull ETF, which means that it does well when there's uncertainty within our economy, and because of all the uncertainty of World War III. Gold-based ETFs usually do pretty well with that because of North Korea's action and stuff like that. So there's a lot that goes into it. I'm just giving you guys a very brief breakdown. But as you guys can see, it's been heading up and it's been breaking the resistance that it had at 20 and it hit highs of 26. Now, like we know, old resistance levels become new support levels, and it looks like it's trying to bounce at about $21. It's trying to not go below that. And it's trying to head back up. Had a resistance at $23. So what I'm simply going to do is I'm going to set my alert. I'm not saying that I'm going to be, trading this one, especially, holding it over the weekend. Again, today's Friday, and usually Fridays are pretty red days, so just take that into consideration. But it does look like it's trying to show signs of an upward trend. I would just wait for more of a confirmation and waiting for it to break above 23. Yes, you are giving away some profit, about 4%, but it's up to you. If you want to be more risky, then take a position now. And if you want to be a little bit more conservative, then wait. But that kind of comes down to every other trade as well. So it looks like ALDX, this one had a crazy run. Shout out to one of our members. He's one of our group leaders. And he did a really good job calling this one out yesterday. He sent me a message as well. His name is Kyle. He's one of our momentum traders. Feel free to reach out to him and subscribe. It peaked out at 11.30, saw a downward trend. If I'm not mistaken, it was trying to hold above $10, but then broke below it. So now it looks like it's kind of just heading back down. Not too sure. I don't know too much about ALDX. This one was very interesting yesterday. So if you guys didn't hear about the unfortunate news, but it came down to my position, simply watch the first couple of minutes of this video. It wasn't too long, and I think you guys might take quite a laugh. But hit lows of $90, hit highs of about 100. So again, support and resistance, that's kind of like the margin that I'm seeing for the day. I'm not too sure if it's going to be that volatile. Again, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. I think a lot of that has to do with all the news and how it reacts as a catalyst, and it moves the price around. But that's huge. I mean, it moved the stock from lows to highs of like 11%, and that's not very common. All within one day. Came back down, bounced at the golden, the purple VWAP, just like we called out. And again, another 5%. If you know how to identify good sell points, you could have sold there, waited for the bounce, bought, and then sold again. So it's starting to flatline again, right around that like $94, $95 support. So if it continues its upward trend, then this could be a good potential stock to lock in anywhere from 4 to 5%. But if it continues its downward trend, then we can wait for a more solid bounce around 90 based on its previous trend. But again, waiting for that validation. All right, let's see. MRTX. Let's check it out. Ready? So it was trading at 475. So for those that called out MRTX, so Easeman, and there's another one, Marco. Let me know why it is that you called MRTX. Why is it that, like, how is it that you came about it? Like, why is it that you found or see potential in it? Okay. So my RSI indicator is indicating that it's more on the oversold side. I kind of want to see how it's playing out. Okay, so this is definitely not going to be a hold whatsoever. Not something that I'm interested in holding. It looks like when we go to a 1-year analysis, it's peaking out. It used to have a previous support at around $5.50. Right now is at 5.80. What the heck? That's because it's during pre-market hours and it's not reflecting that. But it's way above. It looks like it had a previous support at about $5, resistance at $6, way above any, how do you put it, any like 1-year highs or anything like that. So it's definitely more on the overbought side. So we have to get a little bit closer. It's peaked out at $11, so this is going to be maybe a good momentum trade, making sure that the volume is still there. So I'd like to see how it reacts to market open, and to see if we can make new highs or break above that $10 resistance. If we can break above that $10, then it has an overall resistance at $11, so we might be able to catch a good squeeze through that. If not, if it breaks below 920, then most likely it's going to continue its downward trend, and this is definitely not one that you want to hold, as it came from $5. So unless you want to lose 50% of your account. Oh, sweet. I like that. Okay, thank you again for that. I just wanted to ask, like, why, like, how you came about this stock. So thank you, appreciate it. So he was saying that Connor was talking about it. Connor's one of our main momentum. He's our group leader, momentum trader. So feel free to reach out to him. And then Brad is our OTC stock trader. These are all part of the Tech Solutions team. So let's see. Yep. Let's see. Ben Morrison, happy birthday, brother. How you doing? See. All right, guys. Oh, market just opened, and oh, it's breaking $10. There we go. We have a runner. Wow, this one's pushing. Do you guys see that? So we have a nice little push. Should have been a little quicker with the trigger. But as quick as it can go up, that's even. My alerts were a little slow there. Wow. That's so funny. Did you guys just see that? All right, so it's up 6.5%. Yeah, I definitely did not catch it. I did not think it was going to react that quick. That's huge. So I'm glad we were able to catch it. Did you guys see that like pretty quick pullback? Let's see if we can catch any of it. Alrighty. Kind of needs to settle, my goodness. It's alright, it's coming back down. Alrighty, there it goes. This is what I'm going to be waiting for. Alright, so we have a bounce off the EMA. Boom, dropped. Alright, there we go. Trying to get filled. Waiting for the confirmation. I'm going to try to get filled at $10 again when it comes back up. Oh, there it goes with a drop. Can we get a bounce? Again, this is why you have to wait for the confirmation. So now testing the purple VWAP. Okay, so $10 acting more as a resistance now. Experiencing. Oh, can it close it on a green? No. Let's see. Volume's crazy. All right, there it goes. Closed it on the red. Moving on to another pullback. There it goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll try to commentate a little bit. Let me know what you guys think about this specific pick. What's the stock symbol? So this is MRTX. Thank you again for calling it out, guys. Ended up seeing a nice little pump. Called out the little resistance at $10. Looks like we're getting right there again. Called out the balance of the purple VWAP. And all right, there we go. There you go. It's starting to scalp up, and that's something that I like. We want to make sure that it holds above the EMA. Let's get a nice little push. And again, guys, for those that are trading for the first time, again, please don't mimic my trades. Please don't trade what you don't understand. And please make sure you manage your risk. So understand where you're buying, where you're selling, and where you're going to be cutting your losses. I can't stress that enough on how important that is. And if anything, if you're paper trading, that's something that I would suggest first before taking any real position. Here we go, 1020. And can we get a nice little push to boom? There we go. There we go, nice little pullback. And we need to hold above the EMA if we want to continue this upward trend. Oh, dropped below. And again, there it goes with the pullback. And based on what I'm seeing, there's All right, so right now I'm receiving a couple direct messages. For those that have not seen, I do have now a set schedule on when I answer direct messages, when I'm the most active, and right now just wouldn't be the best time, obviously, because I'm trading. So I hope that you guys understand that. If you guys want to see where my availability is for trading and where I'm going to be and when I can answer questions, then feel free to go on the Discord group chat and go under rules. And I just posted a little like photo of when I'm available and stuff like that. So I hope that helps. Do you guys see what I'm seeing? Do you see that it's bouncing off the purple VWAP and the EMA line is still trending up? I was like, okay, maybe this thing is done for the day, but it's still trending up. It's still, if I'm not mistaken, then right now, not right now, but after it gets a little push above $10, which it's continuing to make new highs of at 5-cent increments. So as long as it continues this upward trend, staying above the purple VWAP, and there it goes below it. $55. All right, we have a couple. You can see the volume really picking up at that lower price range. All right, here we go. If we get the break below and it really starts to break below 950, then it would have to be down on the golden VWAP line where we would see anything. And it looks like we might end up actually breaking below. Volume starting to spike. Volume's really starting to pick up, so we have a good amount of sellers, good amount of buyers as well. There it is at 950, 955, really trying to hold above that 950 support. It doesn't mean that it's not going to break it. It's testing the EMA as a resistance, needs to push on through. Wow. All right. All right, guys, we have about 5 minutes left in this live stream. Then I'm going to make my way over to the TechBot Solutions group chat. And that's going to be the Discord group chat. You can join us in the voice channels in about 5 minutes. And then this video will repost if you wanted to kind of capture anything. But it looks like from market open, from lows to highs, we were able to catch a 9.16% gainer. At market open, right? I mean, just on video, right? So right now, we're trying to make sure that it continues its upward trend so we can take a position and be able to lock in profits, I'd say. And again, this is just me and my type of style. I wanted to break above $10 and really start holding above $10, and it hasn't really done that. I mean, it's popped above 10, but it comes right back down and it tries to bounce off the purple VWAP. So I definitely think that this thing has the news. Right, and the volume for it. We just need to make sure that we can push on through. So this first candlestick was ridiculous, almost 1 million in volume, and then on the way back down, it was about almost 400,000, and then ever since then, it's been there we go, like that. Okay. So if you guys were able to catch it from the call at 950, even to $10, that's about 5% perfectly. So there's 5%. Freaking crap, get out of the way. Sorry about that. There we go. Can we break 925? That's what we're shooting. I mean, 1025. That's what we're shooting for. Again, we want to continue this upward trend. There goes one green candle. Man, this thing pulled back so quick. we could see the MACD indicator really starting to build that little curve up, which means that it should identify a buy entry anytime soon, as long as it continues this upward trend. As you guys can see, usually, sees this little curve and then tells you to buy, and then it, kind of pops up and then does the same thing. So again, it's never good to solely rely on one indicator, but just wanted to talk about it briefly. What's going on, G? Not too sure if you're joining us live. I'm not too sure if you are, but right now we're trading MRTX. There it goes. I like that it's now holding. I need confirmation that it's holding above $10. It's going below $10 too often and needs to hold above 10. It's really trying to. Okay. There it goes. It breaks it below again. Okay, so for all those that are asking about what it is that like how I have my TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform set up, you can simply search up on the YouTube search bar Ricky Gutierrez TOS, and my video will pop up on how I have mine set up. So I've made a video on that already. Thank you for that. So yeah, if you guys want to ask me a question and I'm not available, then we do have the group that that have been a part of the team for a while, so I'm sure that they can answer your questions as well. Just make sure, the biggest area or area of opportunity that I think I can encourage you guys is like, and again, I don't mean to point any fingers or anything like that, but I really need the group all together to be a little bit more like independent. Like, we're here to help you out, right? And we're a team, but we get too many of the same questions time after time. So simply use Google or use the YouTube search bar and just search what it is that you're trying to find. If you're trying to what is support and resistance, put support, resistance, and then put my name next to it and see if I made a video on it. If you guys want to know about VWAP or Thinkorswim or anything, I have over 490 videos, and most likely they are on a topic that you are probably inquiring about. And if not, then that's when you can reach out to us and then ask the question. And then you could always recommend a video for me to make. And I'd be more than happy to. It's just for the overall team. I get asked all the time, and it's kind of just part of my day to day. But for the team, it's very overwhelming sometimes. So many new people asking the same questions. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna end the live stream here. Then I'm gonna make my way over to the Discord group chat. Of course, thank you again. So it looks like JNUG is bouncing. Not keeping my eyes on that one right now. I feel like this one might have a little bit more potential. But thank you guys again for tuning in. Again, all the links are down in the description. Again, for all those that pre-ordered your TechBud Solutions apparel, those will be shipping out today. And if you guys want to order your TechBud Solutions t-shirt, then again, that's going to be one of the that's going to be the second link in the description. The first link in the description will allow you to sign up to be one of our beta trial testers for the new TechBud Solutions website. So feel free to let me know, and then we will see you in the Discord group chat. I'm going to have to end the live stream kind of quick, just because I want to make sure that I focus on this. Here, I'll set my alerts, but usually when I do this, I always miss out. So I'll set my alerts, and then I'll say goodbye to you guys. But again, continue working hard, continue following your dreams, and like always, guys, there's always potential in every market. It just comes down to you guys focusing on a market that you're passionate about and see value in. And that's one of the most important things. If you guys don't understand the market that you're investing in, then you should not be investing not one single dollar. I don't care how accessible it is. You have to learn how to invest in that market and what that market is before you think that you can make any money off of it. So thank you guys again. We'll see you guys in the Discord group chat. All the links are in the description, and we'll see you guys there. Take care, team.